John Busby with a Culture Buzz, and pinch me, Louisa, because I think I'm living a dream. That's right, I get to talk to Cheryl Bentyne. She is one of the incredible quartet of people known as Manhattan Transfer. Okay, the confessions, folks. My wife and I, when we were in college, we started following the group back in the beginnings. We're just smitten with you. I mean, This is a group that, quite honestly, you had a masterful level of musical maturity since day one. And all you've done is refine it. You've found new facets to explore. You've kept it fresh. And you have just lured and enticed and actually seduced people over the decades. And you are now kind of making a fantastic farewell golden tour, 50th tour. And you're going to be at Hoyt Sherman Place on October 13th. So, folks, do not dally. I mean, the hall isn't big enough to catch everyone that wants to come to the show. So if you hesitate, you could be standing out in the cold, kicking yourself for missing this concert. Cheryl, this has been a glorious journey for you, hasn't it, as an artist?
Wow. Well, first, may I just say I've never heard such an eloquent, beautiful introduction in my life.
It's from the heart.
I kind of want to see us.
Yeah, I can hear him now. Cheryl, please get out of that chair and come back up on stage.
I know. I'm about to. What was your question?
It's just for people that aren't, and this is where it's beautiful, because our adult daughter has just embraced Manhattan Transfer since she could start absorbing music. And she is very particular about her music. And this is one thing I love about a group like Manhattan Transfer that has such longevity is there's this rare multi-generational embracing that happens.
You know, that it's absolutely true. I mean, my daughter liked us early on and then kind of dropped it, and now she's back going, Mom. She sings Cantaloupe. She knows all the words. She's 27, so that is the age range where they're kind of coming around again because, good music is making a comeback, I think. Not that other music isn't good.
No.
But, I agree with you. I think the source of interest in all ages also has to do with, obviously, the early music and then the pop music, and then we did doo-wop and rhythm and blues. And then, Birdland, the jazz pieces, the vocalists. So there's literally something for everyone, and hopefully it spills over into each other's interests, like young people. I know some young groups, college groups, high school, that go, oh, my God, vocalese. That was my first introduction to jazz. And I'm like, wow, thank you. That's fantastic. So we kind of, we're kind of a, jumping off point for a lot of young listeners, which is thrilling for us. It's
Exactly. Well, I think Manhattan Transfer, it draws people in this respect, and that is there is a very trusting invitation for people to come experiment musically with us. Yeah, I mean, we never get bored with ourselves, with the music. We've done some songs for, obviously 50 years, but then if you look at our catalog, it's pretty abstract. It's definitely a little of this, a little of that. We like to keep it interesting for ourselves too, and some of it is mighty challenging. Doing the Korea music, we didn't know that was going to be quite as challenging as it was. It was exciting, so we always try and, you got to have that edge, no matter how old you get. Folks, you're going to...
the edge, you might as well just sit on the couch.
Just take me out to the back 40 and dump me in the creek, so...
Exactly.
I'm using some of those little Iowa farm boy terms. What can I say? The Manhattan Transfer are going to be here in Des Moines. This is not a concert to be missed. This is a concert to get your tickets to cherish. You will cherish it forever and ever. This is a 10-time Grammy Award-winning group, for crying out loud. And this is neat stuff. Go to hoytsherman.org. Get your tickets. gather all your friends. This is going to be something just going to kind of infuse itself into your being, and you will carry the evening with you. There is something that is super, super, super special about being part of a live performance. And in some ways, each performance is so unique in its own way. Talk about that kind of jittery edge that you get when you are having that live performance thing happen.
Well, it's always there when we go on stage. No matter if somebody's tired or has a sniffle or whatever it is. Once we get backstage and about to go on, that's magic. It's still magical because we wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't still, giving us that rush and that big, full heart. And we feel it coming from the audience. It's really a play with both of us. It's like opposite, yet the same kind of thrill, that they have as we have. And it's kind of circular. It keeps going around, and this show, I've got to tell you, it's going to be fresh out of the studio. So it's brand new, literally, and with a big band, the Diva Orchestra from the East Coast.
Wow.
And I believe it's going to be with the big band. Is it? You tell me.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I'm too busy talking with you right now. Why do I need to look?
We're just
Folks,
started with
you look up the stuff. All the information is on their site, hoytsherman.org. Check out the Manhattan Transfer website. You can find out whatever it is. It's going to be fantastic. But you brought up a very good point, and that is that you approach every single performance, every song, with a gratitude for being in that moment. And that
Absolutely.
honesty is what the audience just totally laps up.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make it up. You can't fake your way through Birdland or any of our music. I just picked that one because it's a big signature tune, and
Yes.
it's a very very important song to us. It was our first Grammy. And you just can't, you can't sleep through those things on stage. You really, really got to give it your all. So that's, we do each and every time. So it's quite exciting. And yes, the Diva Orchestra is in Des Moines, and it's going to be killing. They're unbelievable. This all-woman big band from New York. It's going to slay everybody. We had a couple rehearsals, and it's such a thrill to play with a big band, and we're doing it most of this farewell tour. On the West Coast, we have a different band, John Clayton, and on the East Coast, Diva, and, everything in between. So it's going to be so exciting. We're really, and it's going to be a big show. This is not just a 75-minute evening. So
it's going to
bring
be
supplies, bring sleeping bags.
Bring your little snack bags. And the nice thing, there are refreshments there, folks. So Hoyt Sherman Place Theater will take care of you. And all you have to do is get your tickets by going to hoytsherman.org and get those tickets, and do get them before the tickets run out. Mm-hmm. There's a finite number of tickets, and there are hundreds of thousands of people within earshot that want to see the show. So do the math, be quick, be reactive, be proactive, and get the hell over there and get those tickets.
Absolutely.
I think because there's such an ease and such an almost a psychic connection with everything and everyone on stage, I don't think people truly appreciate the sweat and the hours that go on in advance, because it's like every great artist, when you see that final product, you say, wow, it looks so easy. How did they, a gift from God, things like that. I said, heavens no.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be. They're not supposed to know about the sweat. That's my belief. It's like, okay, we travel. Our partner, Tim Hauser, who passed away a while back, he said, I get paid to travel, I get to sing for free. So the hard part is traveling and getting there. And, they should just be there to enjoy it, and not it's not their responsibility. It's not up to them to know how hard it is. It's our personal families.
Yeah.
They understand how tough it is. But no, it's this is what we do, and we just want to bring joy, really and truly.
Well, you definitely do that. The nice thing is, folks, you can get albums, which are a reminder. It'll be a very strong reflection of what you will experience in person when you get your tickets. Cheryl Bentyne is my guest. And, a question just popped in my head that I have to ask, and that is, talk about that moment when you auditioned for and became part of the group, what it meant to you, and then as you reflected on it as time passed.
Boy, well, it was a long time ago. It was 1979. I was in Los Angeles. I was a waitress. And I was also doing, they called them hoot nights in L.A. As a troubadour, you go up and do 2 songs. And then, you hope to be asked back. And during the day, I waitressed. It was just what I did. I didn't feel like it was paying dues of any sort. I just did it to see where it would take me. And I had a manager who knew the transfer and knew their manager, and said they were having these hush-hush auditions, just very under the radar auditions, not a cattle call. And they asked Linda, that was my manager, if she knew anyone. And she was kind of handing me away, really giving me away by doing this. But she told me, there's an audition, and I loved the group. I had their albums, and I just thought they were amazing. I was in a crazy swing band in Seattle, and they gave me the first album of the transfer, and I went, who are these wild, wonderful people? Because at that point, there was nothing like that on no records like that. And they were crazy-looking young people like my age doing this, amazing music. And so I auditioned, walked into Janice's house, and I was a fan. So I sang a couple songs with them. I did Candy, I did Blue Champagne. No, I did You Can Depend on Me, because I sing the melody on most of the stuff. So, and I didn't know how it would come out, but I knew the music, and I grew up with swing music with my dad's band, clarinet player. So I knew how it felt. That's all I can tell you. And so we started singing and swinging. And they told each other, like after the first, half of the song of Candy, they knew. They knew that was it. So I didn't know. I just knew it was great fun. And then the next day at work, my manager called me and said, "Well, you've got the job. You're in the group." And I was like, "Oh, wow." So I turned to my boss and I said, "I'm done. I'm going to leave." And I just joined the Manhattan Transfer. And they just went, "Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Whatever you say." And then the rest was just, we just hit the road. I had to learn all the back material. I learned everything for extensions. The first record we went in and recorded was Birdland.
Wow.
So it was pretty intense for a couple of years. And, I just walked through it and did my job. And, some of it I don't even know how I did it. They kind of emotionally held me up, and I just sang.
I think you really kind of hit the nail on the head when you said that you felt it. I mean, it was already an inherent part of your being. Maybe it was a little bit dormant, but that opportunity, that moment, awakened it.
Yeah, and I'd never sung with other voices, so that was another thing. I thought, well, I'll do this, and I'll sing the melody and see what happens. But there was a natural thing that happened with all of us. It was supposed to happen. Yeah, it was supposed to. We were supposed to find each other. So
when magic happens, you embrace it. And folks, this magic has been going on for 50 years. Most of that time with Cheryl Bentyne. It is just a wonderful, wonderful ride. This is an experience that you really need to make sure is in the pantheon of your personal musical experiences. Get your tickets by going to hoytsherman.org, hoytsherman.org. Do not miss this opportunity, because the Manhattan Transfer celebrate 50 years, the golden anniversary, and who knows? I mean, As much as we would like to be immortal, it just doesn't always work that way. But what a glorious ride. What glorious memories and moments you have given so many people. And we are blessed to have been part of that journey, absorbing every magnificent note, every chord, every reaction that you give us. And so catch it in person, folks. Do not miss it. That's
Don't
an
miss
order.
it. We guarantee fun and maybe a few tears. Who knows?
That's what it's all about. Cheryl Bentyne, thank you so very much.
My pleasure, John. Thank you.